What time is it? It's time for Torie Talks. Let's go!
Hey guys, welcome back to Torie Talk. Today we are going to be doing an episode and it is called Things in Life That Just Make No Sense. I was thinking about this earlier. There are some things in our lives that just don't make sense and I wanted to talk about it. So let's discuss it. Let's unpack. Let's do all the things. Let's talk about it. Okay. So, first, before we do that, I just wanted to give you guys a little update on how my week has been going. The last episode was so much fun to film. I'm so excited that I get to do this. And I decided to try to do, I was originally only going to do like one episode a week, but it's been so much fun that I think I'm going to try to do some more. So happy Wednesday. If you're listening to this on the day that this comes out, it is currently Wednesday. So happy Wednesday. What has happened this week since I last talked to you guys? Freya had her last show. That was really, really bittersweet. I am so proud of her. But it was so fun to watch it. It was the first time I didn't go live for a show. And honestly, I'm really, really happy that I didn't go live just because I was able to enjoy it. I was in the car, so I wasn't able to go live, but I was able to just enjoy it and I was really present and I really enjoyed it. Let's see what else has happened. I have been cleaning my room. That's kind of what's been going on today. I reorganized part of my closet. I've been editing a lot. What else? I got some things to redo my bathroom, which has been really fun. I got this really cute soap dispenser that you guys are going to get to see in one of my spring break vlogs. I've been vlogging because I'm on spring break right now. What else? That's pretty much all I can think of that has happened. We are in March now, which is crazy to me. I know we were in March last week, but it's kind of just hitting me that I only have a month and a half left of school and then it's summer for me. So that's kind of crazy. But let's just say hi to my live. Hi live. The people in my live. Oh, thanks for the heart puff. Hi everyone. If you guys want to ever see me do my podcast behind the scenes, I go live whenever I film my podcast on my TikTok. So make sure that you get on there. I post on my TikTok stories and my Snapchat stories before. Hi Matea. Hi Giggle Pants. Hi everyone else that's here. Hello. Okay. So now that I've given you guys a little bit of an update on I'm wearing my new Stardust merch. This showed up yesterday and I'm so excited. It is so comfy. Everyone should go get Stardust merch. But let us go ahead and start on the things in life that make no sense. Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about is things at school that just make no sense. Okay, so these are my personal opinions. Okay, my first thing that doesn't make sense are school projects. Why are group projects a thing that exists if one person is going to do all the work? Like, I personally despise a group project because no one does the work except for me. So it might as well be individual, but then they get my good grade because I'm a perfectionist. Like, try again. You know? Like, should not be a thing. No, I don't like that. I don't like it. Okay. The next thing is, why teachers say this won't be on the test, but it somehow still is. Like, stop lying to me. Like, don't lie to me. Don't lie to my face. You feel me? Don't lie. Don't lie to my face. Because if it's not going to be on the test, first of all, why are you telling me it? And second of all, it better not show up on the test. Or even when teachers do this thing when they give you a study guide for a test and then the things on the test are not what was in the study guide. So I just wasted all of my time looking at the study guide for what now? You feel me? That doesn't even make any sense. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, don't waste my time. And like, I have beef with school. I think the American school system is really interesting. And okay, I'm going on a little tangent on why I think the American school system is kind of crazy. So the reason I currently am studying elementary education in college, but this hasn't even come from me studying education. This has come from my own personal experiences. I think that the American school system is set up in a way that is you want me to know things for a test, but not actually learn. And here's what I mean. This is what I mean. So my biggest example is when I was a junior in high school, I went to this program. We have a program in my state where basically a certain group of juniors get to go live on a college campus and they study one thing for like 2 months straight. Okay. And then you also get like, I was in the healthcare thing. I was studying healthcare, and then I got put in a random class, and it was about like how cities are built and like the soundscapes, and I forgot what the technical term for it is, but I learned so much during those 2 months because I was not required to learn things for a test. I was allowed to make mistakes without repercussion. And I think because that was how, like, there was no, like, standard of needing to be perfect. I wasn't memorizing things, I was actually learning things. Now when I look at things for school now and growing up, it's all about memorization, so you do well on a test. And I think that standardized testing is stupid. And standardized testing is an awful way to grasp how kids do academically, because if I'm doing well throughout my class and I'm doing the homework and I'm participating in class and I can do the work properly and get a hundreds and then I fail a test, then there's a problem with that. And that's a me thing. Like, that happens to me. I'm so bad at testing. Like, my ACT was pretty good. I got a 26 most of the time with a super score of 27. It's pretty, I'd say that's pretty good. But I am such an awful test taker, but I'm really smart. I would say I'm pretty smart. So then, like, they changed the school system grading to make testing most of our grade. So my grade started to slip, and I'm an all A student. My GPA was like 4.5 weighted. Like, I'm not stupid. So why all of a sudden am I getting C's? And it's because of testing. And I think that tests are dumb. So I think if you can't teach it to me and I not have to memorize it, then you haven't taught it to me. I haven't learned anything. I'm just memorizing the words that you said, which is stupid because then I don't remember any of it. That's how it is with me in math. I don't remember anything in math because all I do is memorize it to get a good grade on a test so I don't fail. And I'm not actually learning. But if there was a culture of wanting to learn and culture of learning over doing well on a standardized test so the school looks good, then maybe we'd be smarter. That's just my thing. And I know for me, like, my family comes from a country where education is more set up for helping kids to be successful adults and helping students to be successful people. College isn't nearly as expensive as it is in America. Like, education is so important because educating yourself and knowing things and learning is so important. But there's a difference between learning and memorizing. America is very set on standardized testing. I'm not saying all other countries, but the countries that I know about their education system, they're not like that. So as a teacher, I am currently trying to figure out ways to like show. And then, did you know that kids who have special needs and like maybe can't even talk, they still have to do testing? Like, standardized tests? That is ridiculous to me. Like, what is that going to tell you? Like, my kid can't talk. Yeah, your kid's in 3rd grade and your kid can't talk. Like, what is a standardized test gonna do? Like, that's so stupid. Anyway, that's my little rant of the day. But yeah. Okay. Next thing. Why we have to choose careers when we're like 18. This is a big one. As someone who currently just did the whole transfer from senior year of high school to freshman year of college, that whole process was so weird. And I would love to talk about that more. I think for me, one of the biggest issues was there is such a, like, you need to know what you want to study. You have to know what you want to do in the future because if you don't, then you have to go to college or you have to do this. Like, I think going to college is wonderful. Do I think going into debt to go to college is a good thing? No. I don't think college is worth it enough most of the time for you to go into lifelong debt. That's me personally. I think to go to college, you need to get scholarships. And maybe take out those loans that like your FAFSA can give you, whatever. But I don't, unless you're doing something medical where you have to get a college degree. Like, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like if you want to go into marketing or certain like business or those types of things. You don't necessarily need to go to college to do those things. Like, I've owned businesses since I was like 8 and I never went to school for business. I've done one business class and like that's not something you have to do. And also in the time that we're living in where you can everything is at the tips of your fingers is like you can learn so much just on the internet. And obviously that's not like ideal, but I don't think you should go into debt to go to college unless you're like doing a medical field. I think that What are we talking about? So for me, having to pick a career, I went back and forth a lot on what I was going to study in college. It was very pushed that I needed to decide what I wanted to do, and I understood why it was being pushed because a lot of my scholarships were based on what I was going to study. I went back and forth a lot. I was doing originally I was going to do physical therapy, and then at one point I was gonna be a NICU nurse. At one point I was gonna do business, and then I ended up settling on elementary education. Now, am I gonna be an elementary teacher? That's not my plan. My plan right now is to open a dance studio and then eventually open a school that is connected to it, an art school that is like combined with a homeschool type of thing, and using my arts, business, and education degrees to well, I don't have a degree in arts or business, but experience to kind of do that. That's kind of my plan. But there's just such a it's so forced to pick what you want to do with your life at such a young age. And I think that is so weird. Like, I think, especially when in high school, most of the time you are taking courses that don't help you find out what you want to do. They're just, hey, we're going to do this science class because you have to. Hey, we're going to teach you English because you have to. Like, there's not that, like, you have electives, but even in electives, those things are limited and you are able to explore all the different things that you might do in your life. And also, when you're going through that process, like, there is so much, like, you can be a teacher, you can be a doctor, you can be a lawyer, you can be a business owner, you can be a vet, like, you can be a pilot. Like, they're so, like, not basic. Not saying that those jobs are bad or wanting to have those jobs is bad. It's just like there's so many other things you can do. Like, you can be a social media manager. You can work at a zoo. You can, I don't know, go work on a cruise ship. You can go work at a Disney park. Like, there are so many different things that you can do. I've been talking to people a lot about this because I love helping people as they are starting to find scholarships and get into college and those types of things. And I will definitely do an episode talking about my whole process of getting into college and scholarships and that type of stuff because I got collectively over $3 million in scholarship offers and I got accepted to almost 50 colleges and I only paid $100 in application fees. Like, I am pretty experienced when it comes to applications. I got accepted to a bunch of honors programs. There was a lot of different stuff. So, like, I'm pretty experienced in that. But one of the things that I think is so looked down on is trade. And I find that so discouraging because we need someone to take out our trash. We need someone to know how to plumb, plumb, be a plumber. We need someone to be an electrician. We need someone to pave the roads. We need someone to build the building. And for some reason, these jobs are looked down on. Like, you want to be a plumber? Why would you want to be a plumber? Like, I don't understand that because those are such necessary jobs. Like, if we didn't have plumbers, we wouldn't have the luxuries of running water and good bathrooms. Like, if we didn't have electricians, we wouldn't have lights or be able to charge our phones. So I just don't really understand why those things are looked down on and not something that is encouraged. Like, for kids that like to use their hands or encouraged. Like, they're always like, you have to be an engineer. Like, yeah, engineering is cool. Engineering gets you a lot of money. But in the end, something I've done research on is doing a job just for the money. In the end, most of the time, you don't turn out happy. And we only have this one life, and it's pretty short. So I would rather be happy than be rich. Like, I want to be comfortable because I want a big family, but I'm not going to sacrifice my happiness for that, if that makes so. Yeah. Let's see. What's the next thing? Why the class you study for the most is the one you fail. Guys, this one's funny to me because I'm really bad at studying. I don't know how to study. It's not good. I don't know how to study. That's probably one of the reasons I'm really bad at testing. But for real, the tests that I've ever studied for and like sat down and spent a lot of time on, I always do bad on them. So why am I trying? And I had a friend one time, we had a really, really big test and she studied so much and I didn't study at all. And she failed the test and I passed. And I think that's so funny. That's not like a guaranteed, obviously. But I just think it's funny. Not funny, haha, but funny like, oh, that's ironic. Like, you study for a test and you fail, but I don't study and I don't fail. Oh well. Okay. So before we go on to the next things in life that make no
It's
sense.
time for the random question.
Today's random question is, would you rather be chased by 100 duck-sized horses or one horse-sized duck? Wait, yes. For me personally, I would rather be chased by one horse-sized duck because I'd become its friend. I really like ducks. I really do like ducks. Like right now, my background for March has a duck on it. We live by a pond and there's ducks and I love ducks. So on the other hand, I don't like geese. I don't like geese. Like don't don't even come near me with a goose. Like they're mean. At least the ones that like live by my house, they're mean. Like why are you so mean? You're a bird. And also, why are you still here? It's winter. You're supposed to be down like where it's warm. Like why are you still here? Like what's that about? You feel me? Anyway, yes, that is our random question. Okay, back to things that don't make sense. This next one is everyday life things that don't make sense. First thing, why do socks disappear in the dryer? Where do they go? Like, I put the socks in the dryer. Why aren't they coming out? Like, and then they're gone. Like, how do we lose socks? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. Does the dryer eat them? Where did the socks go? Someone needs to find my socks because I lost a pair of socks. Not a pair of socks. And the thing is, you don't even lose pairs of socks. You lose one sock. So what is that? Where's the other sock? And it's not like, how does it? I don't even. It doesn't make sense to me. That literally doesn't make sense. If someone has the answer as to where socks go, please comment it or tell me or DM me or something. Just tell me. Anyway, next thing, why do we open the fridge when they know there's no food? I do this often. Now, I know that for me, I open the fridge because I forget why I'm places. That's just how my brain works. But like, why do I open the fridge looking when I'm hungry and I open the fridge? Like, I know good and well there's nothing in there. Like, why am I looking? You feel me? Like, why are we looking in the fridge for something that isn't there? You know? That's just putting our hopes up. There's nothing in the fridge. Like, why are we looking in the fridge? Like, stop looking. Okay. The next thing that doesn't make any sense is, what? Okay, so then piggyback off of that. Why do we check the fridge again 5 minutes later? Like something has magically appeared. There is no little tiny troll elf thing in our fridge that is making food appear within 5 minutes. If you know you didn't go to the store, you didn't go to a restaurant, you didn't go anywhere, your parents didn't come home, nobody put food in the fridge. Why are you checking that? Like you just looked in there. Or the pantry. I do the same thing with the pantry. Like, the food isn't gonna magically appear. Why am I looking? And it's so disappointing every time. But then, or I look for desserts or I look for ice cream knowing good and well I didn't buy ice cream. Why am I looking for it? You feel me? Like, why am I looking for something that I know very much is not a thing that is there? That doesn't make any sense to me. Okay. The last thing on the everyday life things that don't make sense is why the one text we overthink takes 20 minutes to send. I am so bad at overthinking text messages. It's a problem. I overthink text messages a lot. And then most of the time the person responds with okay. Give me more. Give me more than that. Or I'll be typing a text. I'm a really fast texter. If you text me or you DM me or you comment on my videos, I am there. I am ready to answer because I just find it so important, at least for me, to let people know that I'm always there if they need me. So I'm always going to answer. But if I'm overthinking this text and it's sitting there and I'm like, maybe I should change the grammar. No one cares. Am I going to continue to do it? 1010%. I'm going to definitely overthink it, even though I know no one cares, you know? Anyway, one thing that doesn't make sense when we say LOL, but we're not actually laughing. I do this so often and it's so bad. I'll say LOL or I actually out loud sometimes say LOL and that's really embarrassing for me. But if I'm saying LOL, not most of the time, but some of the times I'm not laughing. And LOL obviously stands for laughing out loud. I'm sorry to everyone that I've ever said LOL to and I wasn't laughing. Because most of the time I'm internally laughing, but that's not the point of LOL. Anyway, that was random. Wait, let's move on. Also, I'm sorry, I keep saying anyway. We're working on it, guys. There's some words that I like to repeat. Okay. The next thing. Let's see what doesn't make sense. Why does time move slow in class but fast when you're doing something fun? That doesn't make any sense to me. Because why do I feel like it's taking forever? Like it takes forever for something that I don't like to happen or like to be done. Like it takes so long and I absolutely hate it. Like I want this to be over. And then the one time I'm having fun, like the time just leave, never to be seen again. Like, when I'm at Disney, like, I'm always like, "God, please let the time go slow." And, like, it's happened a few times. It's gone really slow. But most of the time, I'm like, "Oh my gosh, it's over now. That's crazy. That's crazy." Let's see. Let's do one more. Why do we suddenly become productive at, like, 1 AM? That is literally me. I fear when I'm done like, right now, it is 11:30 PM. When I am done filming this, I'm probably gonna get so productive and, like, decide to clean my room and edit videos and do all the different things. Like, why do I decide to do that? Why do we do that? I don't I don't know. I don't understand it. The last thing we're gonna do is why people clap when the plane lands. Guys, when people clap when a plane lands, I genuinely bust out laughing because there is absolutely no way that you just did that. Like, I don't know. Like, yeah, we're on the ground. Yes, I'm so happy, but please don't be. I get secondhand embarrassment so bad from that. Oh my goodness, so bad. It's so bad. Okay, let's do Tori recommends.
Torie recommends.
Today I am recommending to you guys a song. This is a good one. I'm going to go on my Spotify and look for a song that I want to recommend to you guys. So, oh, I got it. My song of the day that I'm gonna recommend to you guys is "Bloodline" by Alex Warren and Jelly Roll. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love this song. It is so good, and I genuinely put it on our kids playlist for kids church, and I make the kids listen to it 'cause I love it. I would listen to it in the car on repeat. It is so good. Yeah, so definitely listen to "Bloodline" by Alex Warren and Jelly Roll, and my mom loves a music video for that song, so you should definitely watch that too. Okay, to wrap up this episode, we are going to do my
Little talk of the week.
and our little talk of the week today is sometimes life doesn't make sense, and that's okay. And not everything has to make sense right now. So we've been talking about stuff in life that just doesn't make sense. And yes, half of these things are really funny and really relatable, but I think that it is important to remember that not everything in life is going to make sense. I'm really experiencing that right now in my own life. It is really hard. And just because for me, I like when things can be planned out, even though I'm not very good at following a plan. I like knowing what's going to happen and when and what for what reason. And when that doesn't happen, I really do struggle. And I just wanted to encourage you guys that when life doesn't make sense, I want you to run back to God. I don't want you to run back to the things you're overthinking, not the opinions of other people, not to your own strength, but run to the one who sees the entire picture. Because you have to remember that God sees the past, present, and the future, and He knows why things are happening. And something that is difficult for us humans to understand and to cope with is the fact that He might not give us the answers as to why something is happening. And that's hard. Like, I'll give you guys an example, real life example. I'm gonna be super vulnerable right now with you guys. But so I have been auditioning for Disney for a long time. I've auditioned for shows like Electric Bloom, Pack, Wizards Beyond Waverly Place, Farina, Teenage Vampire, movies like Camp Rock 3. In 2024, I had the opportunity to audition for Zombies 4. Now, at the time, I did not have the support system that I needed in order to do that audition, and I ignored it. I eventually forgot about the audition, until this past summer when the movie came out. It hit me really hard. It genuinely I enjoyed the movie, but sometimes when you have a different kind of level of connection to certain things, it can be really depressing. It can be really difficult mentally to deal with the whole, I know I have this opportunity and I failed at taking this opportunity. So because of that, I ended up going into a really, really, really bad place mentally. I ended up finally getting the courage to go see a psychiatrist, ended up being put on medicine because I was really, really depressed. There was a bunch of different things that kind of led to this, but this was kind of that cherry on top, the little thing that tipped over the iceberg. So that was really, really difficult. And so thankful that over the past 8 months, 9 months, 7 months, however long it's been, I've been able to be a DJ creator, and I've been able to have this really unique kind of connection with not only the Zombies 4 cast, but also the Descendants cast and just like with Disney in general. And I've gotten so many amazing opportunities from being a DJ creator, like connecting with different choreographers and different people who are working on the project and getting to know about Disney movies and shows before they're released and getting to audition for Camp Rock 3 and getting to just like be so involved. Now, I will say the next thing that was really difficult and has been something I've been struggling with for the past like week, I guess, was Zombies 5. So I can't go into a bunch of detail about the stuff with Zombies 5, obviously. But when Zombies 5 was announced, I was pretty set that I was going to audition for Zombies 5 because I'd been training in the type of dance that the movies are for. There's a bunch of different stuff behind the scenes that have been going on. I was really, really set on that. And I didn't get the opportunity this time. So it was a different kind of pain of instead of getting the opportunity and fumbling it, I didn't have the chance at all in the first place. And when the movie got announced, it was really, really, really hard. And for days, every single night, I was like, God, why would you put a dream in my heart? Why would you put a passion in my heart if I don't get to pursue it? Like, why is this a thing that is happening to me? To some people, it may seem selfish, but I think once you understand, like, all the things that I've gone through, like, personally and physically and mentally and emotionally, that throughout this journey, you understand the weight of not getting the opportunity back. And it's been hard. Like, I don't understand it. And even now, like, I think I'm finally getting to the point where I've reminded myself, like, hey, I know that God has a plan for the different things. There's a reason that I didn't do that audition in Zombies 4 because then I wouldn't be able to do what I do now. Like, there's a reason for this. And I might not ever know that reason. That's the hard part. I might not ever know why I didn't get the chance to. I might not ever know why all the things that were going on behind the scenes happened and I still didn't get it. Like, those types of things. Like, I was having dreams of like, I have my dreams, and I'll probably talk about this another time, but my dreams are I believe are one of my spiritual gifts. I have dreams that can tell me things that are going to happen in the future. Most of the time, I don't remember those dreams when they end up happening. I will remember when and, like, it could be years ago. I remember when I had that dream and what was gonna happen next. It happened today, actually, and sometimes it'd be little things. Like, today, I had a dream about 3 years ago of me sitting in my corner, and I was editing a video, and it happened today. I was sitting in my corner, and I was editing that video, and I was like, "Oh, I remember having that dream." Like, sometimes it's super simple like that. But I was having dreams of, like, different things, and I won't go into the details about that because it includes some things that I'm not allowed to talk about. But just, like, why was I having all of these dreams? Why was I having this connection to this task? Why was I having why were all these things happening and I wasn't seeing the fruit from it? And the reality is that doesn't make sense to me, and I have to take that to God every night. I take it to him and I'm like, "Hey, listen, you can make all things happen. If this can happen, I would love it. If it's not something I'm supposed to do, shut that door." And right now, my prayer has always been, hey, shut that door and tell me why. But the reality is, I don't need to know why. I have to trust that whatever door I don't walk through, there's a reason for it. And I may or may not ever know that reason. And yeah, that's hard, but I have to trust that God knows that reason and he sees the future and I don't. He is not confused by my confusion. He is not he is not like that doesn't like it's not that it doesn't matter to him, but like he knows what's going to happen. So I'm not confusing him. I'm confused, but he's not. And he holds my next step, even when I don't know where to go. He's the one that guides my path. And I always say I trust the next chapter because I know the author. If God wasn't the one writing my story, I'd be so confused. I'd be so angry. Yeah, I still deal with depression. I still deal with anxiety. I still deal with really bad anger issues. That doesn't make me that doesn't make me a bad person, nor does it mean I trust in God any less. Dealing with mental health issues, and this is one of the biggest issues in religion. The reason I'm a Christian is not because of the spiritual practices and religious practices. No, spiritual is wrong. Religious practices. Like, I'm not about those. I'm about the relationship with the King of Kings, the Savior of the world. I am about relationship with Him. I'm not about like following the religious trends. That's not what my faith is about. So if I didn't have a relationship with God and I didn't know that the one who created the universe is also the one who created my story and my path, I'd be so lost and confused. And I think that an issue is people think you have a mental health issue, you have some kind of thing going on in your brain, like you're not trusting God enough. Or you're anxious, there's a verse about that. Why aren't you giving that to the Lord? You're depressed, why aren't you giving that to the Lord? Why are you sad? I'm a human, and it is okay to be depressed sometimes. It is okay to be anxious. Anxiety isn't something that's wrong with you. It is literally your body doing the right thing. The Lord gave us the ability to protect ourselves. The problem with anxiety is you're constantly living in a fight or flight mode. That's what anxiety disorder is. Everyone gets anxious because that's how our body protects ourselves. When you're depressed, you're a human. You're going to be sad. Like, things aren't going to go right because we live in a broken, fallen world. But when you have those feelings, you just have to trust in the Lord and confide in Him. It doesn't necessarily mean those feelings are not going to disappear overnight. It's not. There's no shame in needing medicine. There's no shame in needing therapy. There's no shame in having to ask for help. Like, and that is such a stigmatized thing that I wish it wasn't, because that's how people end up so broken and hurt. They feel like they can't get help because they'll be shamed by religious leaders or people who are so-called Christians. Those people aren't treating you like how Jesus treated people. Jesus was with the sick, with the needy, with the hurt, with the people who needed him most. Church should be like a hospital. Church isn't like supposed to be a place where you go if you're perfect. It's for the people who are broken. So if you're broken and you're hurt, that's why you need a savior. That's why you need to be in relationship with the Lord, be in relationship with other Christians who can help encourage you. And my verse for the day is Proverbs 3:5. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. So when life doesn't make sense, I want you to run back to God because He is not confused by your confusion. He knows your next step. Trust the next chapter because you know the author. And don't lean on your own understanding because you yourself will lead you astray and cause you a lot of pain. So that is our little talk of the day. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It was really fun. I know I went on a lot of rants, but that's what the podcast is about. If there's anything that you want me to talk about next time, make sure that you comment it or DM me about it. I am really open to all the suggestions we can get as we try to figure out like what kind of episodes you guys like. If you like shorter episodes, longer episodes, if you're watching the video version of this, comment down below. Do you like the video version or the audio version? Should I upload them on the same day? Should I upload them different days? Like, what's the vibe here? We're just trying to figure this all out. On Friday, I'm gonna be coming out with another episode, and we either Friday or Saturday, and I'm gonna have my first set of guests. It's gonna be my lovely friends from my acting class, and I'm so excited to get to talk to them on here. It's going to be so much fun. They are so silly. So, yeah, I am excited to talk to them, and introduce them to you guys. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's podcast. Remember, we're talking little talks about a big life. I love you. Jesus loves you. And I'll see you guys next
Torie
time.
Talks, signing out. See you next time. Bye.